Hello there. Welcome back to another episode on All the Mods 11. So, last episode, we did mystical aquaculture as well as aquatech. Some of you might have stayed to the end of the video and seen me lose my mind on the aquaculture farmland because it doesn't accept any seed at all. So now I've just put Insanium down. It's only for decoration, really. Now and again I'll harvest them for food, but I went ahead and started growing all sorts so that we can get our hearts up. Now I do need, I think if I put lilies of fertility underneath these blocks, it will keep this hydrated. Hopefully. In here we have prepped ready for all the seeds that we are going to need. Now this is, I think, four main ways of getting resources. So we have seeds, we have our bees, so this is another way of getting resources, which we will do in a later episode. We're going to fill all of these. So we're going to have amber bees there, just any old bees, and then we'll have some of the modded ones in here. So this is just a starter setup, but we can have 120 hives, and then you times that by 5. So there's the second way of getting resources. A third way is spawners. So here we have our iron golems. I have 104 million now, as well as all the other bits and bobs we get from spawners. So that's the third way. Fourth way is occultism. The master married miner. Master miner married. So we are going to get into occultism today because these babies can produce a lot of ore, which I want. So if I turn that off, you can see I've just put in some clouds. I'll go off camera and decorate this a little bit better. So these are just little platforms I can put the rituals or some different blocks. Now Absolute Zero or X0 has gave us a little starter satchel. So we have one of each chalk, some blocks for the rituals, and some sacrificial bowls, ritual bowls. Now I am going to use this just to speed up the video, but I will show you how you get everything. So the first thing we are going to do is type in the mod. Now you can see there is a lot of things you can do. So here's all the chalks. So you make the impure first, and then you throw it into the spirit fire. So what are we going to need? We are going to need, is it other wood? So we're going to need other stone, which we need to make spirit fire for. I'm pretty sure there is a book. Ah, here we go. Let's craft you. So if we open this up, you can see there is tons. So this is what we want the pentacles to start with. So getting started, this is perfect. So I'm not going to read all of this. So we need to get a load of demon fruit, and then we can craft that into the essences. And then we can make the other world essence, so we don't get any effects. So we want to do that. Now, how to make Dreamfire. Let's go into the overworld for a minute. So let's find a place just to put in the spirit fire for the minute. So we need to throw Demon's Dream Fruit to the ground and light it on fire. And then we can get andesite, diorite, and oak saplings, which we are going to need. That's fine. Let's do that. Do we have any demon dream fruit? It's flint and steel. Make sure our magnet is off. There we go. So let's do some saplings first. Let's do some andesite. I just do this. Should be enough for now. Let's do some diamonds. So we've got a lot of the basics. Let's just plonk some of these down. Now, to make these demon dream fruits, I do want to set up a planter for this. So let's pop in here. Let's do this side first. If I just do these three for the minute, that should get us some demon fruit, hopefully. Very slow. There we go, I seen one going then. If I combine it. Do I combine it again? No. I throw it into the fire, of course. Head over here. There we go. Let's eat one now. There we go. Now I can see I have third eye. Some luck. So I can see these saplings. So there is a staff. This one here. Which we need to have a ritual for. And there is... we need to make one of these. Which we can make now. Make that. Right, we've done all of that. I think that is it. Let's have a look. We don't need that, so candles. So we need some tallow. So to do that, we need a butcher's knife. Now I do already have Isnium. Is that how you say it? Isnium? Because of the Neovatai meteors, can spawn them in. So let's go get some tallow. We need the cow. Nope. Let's head over here towards Praven. Hopefully we can find some cows. Right, I think we should be able to hit any mob and get tallow. There we go. So this is how you make the candles for the pentacles or rituals. Can we get any of the chicken? Nope. So pigs, cows. Server's lagging a little bit, but sheep. Yeah, sheep drop tallow. That's good to know. I think that'll be enough for the minute. Let's head home. So to make candles, string, tallow. Now what else do we need? We're going to need some white chalk. And we can get that by smelting some of that other rock. And then smelt this again. Keep doing that. There we go. We've got burnt other stone. Let's throw some of that. Should be enough in a minute. And we need to wait for these to grow. So let's see if I can bone mill them. There we go. I've bone. You can use bone mill to make it faster. And you need to have third eye harvest them. Let's get some of these logs. That was perfect timing. Right, so now we have our otherworld log. We can make some otherworld ashes. Now, this is how we make the first chalk. And then if we come over here, there we go. That is the white chalk done. Now to do some of the other things, we need some dust. Let's have a look at the grey chalk, grey paste, which is to be one of our first rituals. So if down here you see an eye icon, this is how you do the pentacles. So let's open that back up. And turn it off. Put that out and let's head to a more permanent area, which is here. So let's start over here on this one. That is about center. I'll make a small platform, I think. Do we have... white concrete? There we go. So center. Right, so we have just an area to work with. Let's drop some demon fruit on the floor and get some flint and steel again. There we go. Let's do 3 by 3 because we will automate some of this. So we have that. Let's pop over here and make some an area so we can get some more otherworld. Let's put restocker on. That's fine because that turned into dirt. And let's do some saplings. There we are. Right, they should grow. Perfect. Right, let's do a... What do we need for this paste again? Let's put the first one right there. So we need the purple one and the lime green. So let's find lime and purple. Purple. Some skeleton heads. Perfect. Right, so let's do... why aren't you... There we go. So the purple one's the second one, sorry. Which we need a crusher for. There we go. Let's get our chalk. If we can just come round. Like so. And make the first crusher. So we need a sacrificial bowl. One of these. And candles. So it could be any candle. You can use vanilla if you like. And I think... What am I missing? This is the wrong bowl. We need this one. Nope. I'm sure that's everything. And we need one of these books of binding. So let's make some of these. We need purified ink. So black dye. Black dye. Throw that in there. And an awakened feather. So that's just a feather. Perfect. And you make these by throwing in a book. Now I should be able to make this one. Now I need to bind it with my dictionary. Let's put some silver, gold, copper, iron. Now you can time on this. If you look, you can see some particles. So that is going to draw in these ingots. So we can get some time ones. There we go. And there is our friend, the miner. slow crusher. So now if we give him some end stone, he should give us some end dust to make the purple chalk. I can see why they call him slow. Right, so that is how you power through to get all of the chalks. Now, obviously, our friend Absolute has made them all for us. Donated it so we can throw all of its rituals up. But yeah, that's how you do it. So, I'm going to go ahead and place the main rituals we need, because some of the circles, if I do Master, Married Miner, so this one here, the up hexes inverted tower up, this will have multiple rituals in it, because I just do this, this is the area we are going to need. So there's multiple rings which will have multiple rituals in it. If I just get rid of this again, now I find center. Yeah, that'll do. There we are. So now I can go ahead and just place some white concrete for now under every single one of these. And I'll show you a really fast way of placing these rituals down. So, I've just done the outline of this ritual. If I come over to here, I right click, it will place all of the chalk and all of the blocks instantly and use up the durability. So that is, if you look up in the top again, current pentacles, we have 4 different pentacles just in this one. So that is how we make the Master Married Miner. Now we are going to need some of these. So the Married Essence is the Tibara's. We can make that. That is very easy. Tibara's Traction. Do we have it on here? No. So let's head over to this one. And there we go. So I have went around and crafted the 4 main pentacles we need that can do everything. So over here we have the Zeo, this one here. So this one is 4 possessions. And then over here we have Vona's Contact. So this one here is for callings. Over here we have Fatma's. So Fatma's is for summons. And then of course this one over here is for infusions. Let me go. Yeah, I got my night vision on. So that is the 4 done. So we now can craft pretty much anything. We just have to put in our bowls. These ones here. So let me just craft a stack of them. Why not? So to do the... So we want a Master Miner Married. So let's just take away those. And that is easy. Now we need this. So to get this, we need to go to the Nether. So I jumped the gun a little bit. We need the glasses, which can be done in this one, the infused. So if you do this and you look up, which one is it? Ah, we need the infusion one. Anyway, that's fine. So let's put in our bowls. So we just need 4 for the minute. Glass lenses. What else do we need? Silver, gold. Silver, gold. And then, oh, there we go. Find one dart. There we go. Infused glasses. Perfect. And now we have permanent third eye. So, shall we make the infused pickaxe quickly? Let's make one of these. We need 2 silver and a spirit attuned. Let's head back over. Let's put some travel anchors actually. So I know. Perfect. Right. Right, there we go. We've got infused, calling, summon, possessions. So let's head back over here. We need 2 sticks. I think. Yeah, 2 sticks, 2 silver. Let's do it like so. Perfect, right. 2 silver, 2 sticks, and the silver attuned, spirit attuned. Oh, my wand. And there we go. Let's go to the Nether. And there we go. Look. Perfect. So now, if I mine this, I don't get anything. However, I have to mine it with an infused pickaxe. That is how you get that. So let's start crafting up some of these. We want a few of them. Let's stick you away, the magic lamp. I think that is, yep, that's 8. I only want 8. Let's do the miner first. So we are doing the infusion. So we need the pickaxe now. Let's craft. Let's try and hammer this, hopefully. Can I double it? Only with the crusher. That's fine. I can use this. Let's get our orb. Where's my tier 5? There we go. And some cutting oil. That should make us this, and then we can smelt it. Perfect. So I'm going to need 3, 6, 9, 12, 18. There we go. Right, we've got that ready. Plonk you in there. What else do we need for the first one? We've got that. We need the books. So, do these stack? Yeah, they do. Perfect. Uses. One more. There we go. And I think it's just gravel and iron. So gravel, iron. Magic lamp. Book. Perfect. Now, if I do a bottle, and then, is it another one? There we go. Right, I'm going to craft all these up. Right, there we go. We've got all of our miners now. So we need another load of these. This is fine. So we need 8 of these. We need more ink. And let's smell all of this. And this should be the last one. Yep, there we go. So that's that one. The master. That's fine. We need more of these. We've got all of that. And we need the Marid essence. That is fine. So this is not too bad. That's fine. Right, let me get all the materials ready. And there we go. So I should... I've got 22 Marid essence because I just yeeted him. And now I'm getting 100... Yeah, infinite basically. Because I used Neo Vitai to get the spawner. So there's a little trick for you. So I don't need to do any of this. I have everything I need. Let's put our stuff back. Don't need any of that. Let's make these. So I need done that. Pickaxe. And the right pickaxe. Right, let me craft these. I totally forgot I have to do the deep ore ones. Right, we should be able to get infinite of that. That's fine. Just need to make book of binding one of them. Right, we need echo shards. Fine obsidian. And that's fine, we need that. Let's do this first. I need a cow. There we go. Let's time on this. Capture you. Perfect. And let's make another spawner. So if I do blood pearl, a lead, I can do this. So this spawner here is an iron golem. Blood pearl, lead. Shoot him. Kill him. And he goes in that spawner. So you see I have Afro Essence. And now I've got infinite. Tell your friends. Right, there we go. That is the deep ore miner now. And there she goes. She pops up there. Now I'm going to run through, craft all these, and then the masters. Right, and there we go. We have our master miner married. So I want to enchant these with some things. And there we go. So if you look behind me, we have miners at work. Married masters. They've been running for a little while. And yeah, we are getting a lot of ores. Oh, that is them done. Been getting quite a bit of ore from the Mad Masters. The next one is the Eldritch. Yep, the Eldritch Ancient Mines. But I need these, which can only be got from the Masters and the Eldritch. So I have to let that do its thing. Let's claim those two. So off camera or on stream, I will tidy all of this up, make it look nice. But for now, that is occultism. We've got exactly what we wanted, which was the ore generation. We can also make the battlefield ones, which produce ore, not ore, mob drops. So I think that's the next one we will do. This is actually quite easy. Yeah, so this is quite easy to make. And with our sword, we have fracture soul, so we can get these soul shards. And let's just check on our essence. We have 31,000, 27,000. We never have to craft them again, which is nice. And they are used for a few recipes. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah. So that's how you do that. And I think we are done. Next episode, I will do a few other bits with occultism and finish up the magic mods as well as. So that is mystical. We have our bees, we have spawners, and now the occultism miners just to generate resources. We also need to start looking at a way of processing these ores because there is a lot of them. Right, we're going to end it there. Thank you for watching. We'll continue on occultism in the next episode. Bye.